Good day. Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. All right, so we see that this is in our sorry. So we are doing our grade 5 English lesson on prefixes and suffixes. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts, grade 5, and then scroll down up until we get to our chapter of prefixes and suffixes. All right. And as you can see, there is a lot of lessons under our chapter of prefixes and suffixes, but today we are only going to focus on words with re, pre, and sub, right? All right, so chapter is prefixes and suffixes. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 5. And the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of grade 5 is words with pre, words with re, and words with sub. All right, so when it comes to a prefix, right, or when it comes to prefixes and suffixes, prefixes especially we can create or it can be added to the beginning of a base word. So base word is a word that can stand on its own, right? And then when we add the prefix, right, we add it to the beginning of that base word, and that is to create a new word. All right, so we add a prefix at the beginning or to the beginning of that base word, and then we create a new meaning, right? And knowing the meaning of the prefix, it can help you to determine the meaning of a word. It makes it much easier for you to know the meaning of another word. If you know the meaning of a prefix, or later on if you know the meaning of the suffix. All right. And we said that if we look at our prefix, right? Remember we said we're doing the prefix words with pre, words with re, and words with sub, right? So if we look at our first prefix, pre, and the meaning of pre, right? Because remember they said that knowing the meaning of a word will make it much more easier for you to determine the meaning of the word, or knowing the prefix, the meaning of the prefix makes it hard for you to know the meaning of the word, right? All right, so when we look at the prefix, right, it says the prefix pre, it means before. So the prefix pre means before. All right, so we say that the first prefix pre, it means before, right? So we're going to first go over what the meaning of the other two prefixes are, and then we're going to focus back again on the prefix on pre. All right, and then if you look at the another word or the next word, re, and when we look at the word re means again. So re means again. So we said pre means before, re means again. All right. And then also we have another prefix, right, which is sub. And sub, just think of sub like a maybe a submarine or something, because it means under, it means below, or it even means less than, right? Yes, yes, well done. So here a word is already given, right? Reappear. And if we look at the meaning of the word right, which means again, then if we look at that word reappear, it means that we will appear again, or it will appear again. All right. So we see the with because it means again, we can say reappear. It's like appearing again, right? So well done. Now, with the prefix pre, is there any words that you can think of where the word starts with pre? Think of this word. There we have a word preheat, right? Preheat. And remember, we say that our word pre, or let's say our prefix pre, it means before. And if we look at that word preheat, right? Preheat means that, let's say, for example, you are either baking or you are doing something in your oven, and now the instructions would say preheat your oven to 180 degrees. That means that you should, while you are busy chopping up certain things and getting your ingredients ready, you need to put on the maybe the oven on whatever degrees, so that is you preheat. All right, so we have preheat, meaning you need to heat it before. Is there another word that you can think of with the prefix before? Think of if you were to play a sport, right? But now you guys are playing a different kind of sports before, right? Then we can say maybe this is the pre-game that we're about to play, or so on. But pre-game is before. All right, so we have pre, which means before, we have re, which means again, and we have sub that either means below or under or less than. All right, yeah, by sub, I think we can just go with submarine. All right, so this is our words on prefixes. Remember, prefixes is it's words that you add at the beginning, right, of a base word, and that is to create a new word, right? That is to create a new word. And knowing the meaning of a prefix can help you to determine the meaning of the word. Like, for example, knowing the meaning of pre, right? Or re, or sub. All right. Yes, even substitute. Yes, well done. Substitute. Because remember, if you think of substitute, the teachers who, for example, let's say we have a substitute teacher that comes in for the day, right? Or the 2 days. It means that we not need to, for example, we're not saying that the person is under or below, right? Yes, sub means under, below, so on. But as you said, you are not the teacher specifically, but you are the substitute teacher. All right. So, like with the substitute, it's like we said that it is more, we can't say that the substitute is under or below or less than specifically, but it's just that it is somebody that you comes in to maybe um that takes the place of your teacher. Then we have reappear with our word re, that means again, and then we have pre, and pre, that means before. All right, so now we're going to a plus students.ca, and we're going to do words with pre. And remember, we said pre means before, right? Again, knowing the meaning of a prefix will help you to know the meaning of that specific. It will make it more easier for you to understand when you see another word that seems the same as pre something, pre look, pre heat, right? Pre game. All right, if we now say, yes, says, which of these is part of the pre writing process? What is pre-writing? All right. So here we have a word like pre-writing process. What is the pre-writing process? All right. So when we look at the pre-writing process, then research. Research. Whenever you write something, remember you need to research whatever that you are writing. So yes, research is correct. All right. Why might you buy pre-made food? Pre-made food. What is pre-made food? Give me an example of a pre-made food. Yeah, so pre-writing is before the actual writing, but we do research and so on first. So well done. But now it's pre-made food. What is pre-made food? All right. So why might you pre-make food? Pre-made food. All right, so let's go to our test because pre-made food, it is food that is maybe like takeaways or things that you had already in the fridge or something. All right, let's go to our test. Why might football teams want to play pre-season games? Pre-season games. If you don't want to cook it yourself, yes, that is also pre-made. If you don't want to cook yourself, you Uber Eat, you get your um somebody to cook it for you or do it for you, or you put it in the fridge or something, right? So that is if you don't want to cook it yourself or you don't want to cook at that time, you know? So why might a football team or why might football teams want to play pre-season games? Why do they want to play pre-season games? Is it to get option one, to get some practice ahead of the upcoming season, or to get some practice during the current season? Pre-season games. And remember, pre-season means before. All right, so pre-season games, it is to get some practice ahead. Yes, option one, ahead of the upcoming season. It's almost like practice to warm you up to, you know, dust off all the stiffness, get yourself ready for when the official season starts. So yes, well done. Option one is correct. Well done. When would you preheat an oven? Preheat an oven. Is it right when you're ready to use it? Or a few minutes before you're ready to use it? Preheat. All right. And then we have preheat. So preheat, we said it is when would you preheat an oven? And we would say right few minutes before we are ready to use it. All right. What is pre-screen? Pre-screen. Let's say, for example, they're about to play a movie, and then usually before, um, okay, let's just say they're about to play a movie, right? Because they have already, like, made the movie and everything. Now, when would a group of people pre-screen a movie? Is it after the film is released to the public or before the film is released to the public? Pre-screen. Yes, so pre-screen is before it is released to the public. Well done. All right, and then we're going to right? We said with re means again, right? Re means again. So why might you re-attempt a challenge? If you were to get a test, right? And your test you didn't do so well maybe, and your teacher says, okay, cool, I'll give you another chance. So now it is, why might you reattempt maybe a test or a challenge? Reattempt means to do it again. Why do you think you might want to reattempt something? All right, remember we said re means again, right? And when we reattempt something, we reattempt something because we maybe weren't that successful in the first one, right? Or in the first attempt, right? Or it is maybe just to do better. Yes, it is. Who can get remarried? Why do people remarry? Or who can get remarried? Is it someone who was married before but isn't now? Or someone who is still married? Who can get remarried? Meaning you marry again. All right, so remarried. So remember, you can only get remarried if you were married, but you're not married now. It's either your partner passed on, or you divorced, or something like that. But you cannot just remarry if you're already married, right? All right, so which would you be more likely to refold? Is it a perfectly folded sheet or a com a sorry a crumbled napkin? Sorry, so a perfectly folded sheet or a crumbled napkin. So refold is when you're doing something again. You're folding again. But why or which would you refold again? Is it a perfectly folded sheet or would you refold a crumbled napkin? All right, so if we were to fold something again, right? And then we can say if the napkin is crumbled, that is something that we will refold again. So well done. Why might you repack a suitcase? Why might you repack a suitcase? Just think of you traveling and now you are told to repack a suitcase. All right. Remember we said means again to do something again, right? So now why might you repack a suitcase? Is it option one because it won't close or option two because it closes easily? Why might you repack something? All right. So if you were to repack your suitcase, then we will pack it because it won't close. Some of the things you need to take out, some of the things you need to leave, right? Which needs to be rearranged? Is it a tidy sack of papers or a messy pile of papers. A tidy stack of papers or messy pile of papers that needs to be rearranged. All right, and what needs to be rearranged? We would rearrange a messy pile of papers. All right, and then the last one says, who needs a reminder to return his library books? Is it a person who usually remembers or a person who usually forgets? A reminder. All right, and if we look at who needs a reminder, we would say who needs a reminder to return his books is a person who usually forgets. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on prefixes and suffixes. We are going to continue in our next class. We are going to cut down this lessons in maybe over some time because there is quite a lot. All right, so this is the end of our lessons on prefixes and suffixes. Thank you very much for joining the class. I really hope that you have a better understanding specifically about pre, which means before, and re, that means again. So till next time, have a good evening further. Goodbye.